see the God in you. I honor you. I see you. I feel you.
She look mad for me. You want to bamba? Alright, guys, we about to get started with this episode. If anybody's in here, you're probably playing it back anyway, but we're about to get started. I'm always eating during my lives. I always eat around this time anyway. We're gonna do this live. Then I'm gonna go to sleep. Gotta throw the shades on. You know that's marketing. Get your fisherman shades today. The website should be done in a little bit. Let's see if we can hold that up. Hopefully y'all can see that. All right. So tonight's episode is a good one. Another reaction video we'll be doing. So for this one, we have, it says Chris Hansen cheating Muslim woman. Obviously, it has nothing to do with Chris Hansen, but we have a Muslim woman cheating. See, people cheat from all walks of life. Don't think just because she's covered up, she may look similar to a nun, it doesn't mean she's innocent. And if you live in America, if you live in a free world, anywhere like the UK, Australia, America, you still have to play by the relationship dynamics that I teach you by. Because unless that is an exceptionally religious person, and unless they come from a Muslim country where they don't really have these crazy type of issues, people still cheat in those countries too. It's just not as common as you see here, right? You still have to play by the rules. Because if you're not abiding by religious rules, you're going to abide by the rules in the place where you stay, where women have this hypergamous nature. And if not even has nothing to do with money. If your relationship dynamics are off, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Christian, because if you're not abiding by Quran and Sunnah, then you're abiding by modern day hypergamy and that relationship dynamic. So you still have to learn this shit either way. Most likely, if they're in America, if they don't have a certain level of religiosity, that hijab means nothing. Because if you don't fear Allah, if you don't fear God, and there's no fear in your heart, then what's gonna stop you from cheating? What's gonna stop you from doing anything, right? Nothing's gonna stop you. You're still gonna do it either way, and it really doesn't matter. I know girls who wear hijab and they be wilding. Out here wilding, just out here thotting. Seen videos of girls in hijab just wilding. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So unless your relationship dynamics are on point, you can still go through it. Don't think just because she's Muslim and she wears hijab that she's a good girl and she won't cheat. Unless she comes from a different country and she, things are just different, and she has a level of religiosity, it don't matter. She can still cheat. She's still capable of savagery. And don't ever get it mistaken. My bad, guys. I'm just trying to figure out this camera situation. Fucking drop my fork. All right. Let's see. We got anybody in the chat? We're about to get started on this one. I don't feel comfortable with this up here. Let's put it down a bit. You move. All right. Let's see, we got a few people in here. All right, let's get started. This should be an interesting one. Let's break it down.
Looks like she could be the next Mother Teresa. But what kind of conservative Muslim wife would send a physical trainer that is not her husband photos like this? As the latest cheater I've caught in our special investigative series.
That's nice. It's really good. But let me show you how it's
Oh,
done.
wow.
Go
You
ahead.
really had Chris Hansen?
All right. Looks like she could be the next Mother Teresa. But what kind of conservative Muslim wife would send a physical trainer that is not her husband photos like this? Or show up at his apartment for a private workout session? Is the latest cheater we've caught in our special investigative series To Catch a Cheater.
Hi, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. I'm looking forward to you working on my glutes.
And we just went to lunch. It was just really quick.
Over the years, we've caught 100 of them.
So do you consider that cheating, or so I don't know if you consider that cheating?
But let me tell you this is one of the worst I've ever heard of. Her aggressive attempts to cheat on her husband of 15 years will make you want to get a prenup.
I was just thinking about our workout session, and I can't wait for you to stretch me out.
If you feel like you lost...
Guys, don't be deceived. And it doesn't even surprise me. I see it all the time. Women that are Muslim and, you know, they wear hijab, they still cheat. They've been married for 15 years. Now, we don't know their dynamics, but if you look at divorce rates in the United States, 80% are initiated by women. Now, unless you have an excellent level of religiosity, the hijab could mean nothing. That could be just a force of habit. My little sister's been wearing hijab since she was fucking, I want to say maybe 6 years old. She's 18 now. She never goes outside the house without it. Obviously, like, she's not the most religious person. I'm not the most religious person. But just because a woman wears hijab doesn't mean she's super righteous. Now, if she doesn't have a certain level of religiosity, she doesn't have a degree of religiosity that she's abiding by, that religious shit is not going to mean anything. Wallah, it's not going to mean anything. You know why? Because you're abiding by the rules where you live. You know, what do they say? Happy wife, happy life. This guy's probably doing his best to make this wife happy. She probably doesn't even fucking work. If he's abiding by some type of religious law, if he's going traditional, right? She probably has a lot of time on her hand. He's probably making the classic mistakes that most men make in their marriages. If you're not abiding by that level of religiosity, and even still, you know that level of religiosity, you have to be on some shit. Not just praying 5 times a day, practicing reading Quran, practicing the Sunnah, everything. So the religious shit goes out the door if that's not where you're at with your relationship. You still have to know relationship dynamics. So you still have to have game. And I see it all the time. Playing games and having games are two different things. They don't do this in other countries. Women get killed. They get stoned. It's a part of it's Sharia law. You get stoned. In other countries, they killed. You get caught cheating, especially you get witnessed like this, they will kill that bitch. But we're not in that country. It's American rules. And what's the worst that's going to happen? She get caught cheating. She might be embarrassed, humiliated by her family. But at the end of the day, she's just going to move on. And even if she gets caught and they try to fix it and work it out, the problem is still going to remain. There's something going on in that relationship that's clearly she's either bored of him, he's not satisfying some type of way, or she just have some fucking fantasy, like some fucking porno fantasy. American, porno is like the worst thing plaguing our minds. I'm a victim of it too, to be honest. It sounds like something out of a porno. I want my trainer to train me. I want to come over for a private session and get stretched out. The fuck? Come on now. And then, like, that's a fetish for some people too. They keep the hijab on, stuck for the law, but it's a thing. Trust me, I know.
And you'll be shocked to hear what Luis Mercado says Fatima was planning.
For a one-on-one session with...
And one thing that I want to say is, people say, oh, why even get married? Listen, things change. I see it all the time in regular relationships. You may start off a certain way. You may start off good, doing everything right. But if you don't understand your relationship dynamics, you understand that your relationship will take a turn. That's why most divorces are initiated by women. Everything caters to women nowadays. Society favors women nowadays, especially if you live in an egalitarian country. Things favor women. So when things favor women, they have a lot of things going in their way, and men are so easily accessible. It is so easy to cheat. So with that being said, you know this is going to happen. Society has changed. It's nothing to do with just not getting married. You're trying to do the right thing. Especially on a religious level, so I tell you guys, if you have get married before you just go out and have sex, but obviously you motherfuckers is not doing that, so you're just gonna do your thing anyway. So you can't knock somebody for trying to get married and do the right thing, but they've been married 15 years. To maintain a 15-year relationship, I can't even imagine. Every relationship that I know personally have lasted that long or longer, motherfuckers cheat. Usually men, but you know, you could get a second wife if you abide by this religion, but most people don't have the money to do that anyway. So it's usually out of the question. So a 15-year relationship is very long, and things change over time, especially when you don't understand how to be in a relationship. And usually it falls on the man, because you're supposed to be the leader of your relationship. Women don't take accountability. They're not going to take accountability for that shit. You doing something wrong, they just, oh, I don't like this. Things have changed. I don't know what it is. They can't even identify it. It's their hypergamous nature. It's something they can't even fucking help. It's innate in them. It's innate.
With our physical trainer, a one-on-one session.
Is a rare catch. She's 33. She says she's a school teacher. She likes to go to religious gatherings with her family, and she likes to smoke the hookah. Her email address says it all: SmellyKitty85. Who comes up with this? Her Snapchat ID says it all: Muslim Hottie 69. Our sting takes place in Luis and Sam's cheap Airbnb on Manhattan's Upper East Side. It's cramped, and they have a rat for a roommate. Really, a rat.
There goes.
Is that it? What's that?
Literally a rat.
Rats.
So you catch cheaters, you catch mice.
Turns out cheaters don't only roam in Los Angeles, but also in the Big Apple. Like driving more than an hour from Connecticut to meet Osei, our 25-year-old decoy and trainer.
How many guys' girlfriends have you stolen?
I mean, not purposely, but...
Today is on our cheaters' radar. So Luis and Sam of To Catch a Cheater set up a sting operation.
We're gonna be watching everything live right here on this monitor. I know for a fact that the husband hates that he told me off camera.
Placing more than a dozen hidden cameras all over.
There's actually only 3.
3?
That's all we got.
3 cameras?
Yeah.
Can somebody open a window? This place smells like crap in here. It's grimy. Placing 3 hidden cameras all over this Airbnb apartment they rented.
She gave out her number, our personal trainer gave it to me, and I've actually been texting her, pretending to be him.
Luis is using Google Voice and communicating with pretending to be the trainer.
I could definitely get you a type. I mean, and I meant that in the most respectful way.
A few days earlier, we caught leaving her gym as instructed by her husband. We send our decoy and professional pickup artist Osei to flirt with her. He's waiting outside.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to come off any type of way. I work at the gym right there, and I noticed that you come to the gym quite often.
The decoy is a 25-year-old theater student and professional pickup artist posing as a trainer.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I'm a personal trainer, actually.
Okay.
Do you have one right now?
Work out a little bit.
We show this footage to husband.
Probably moved you to do a few things to work on a few things, I guess.
Why is it exactly that you want to put her to the test?
Last year she went out somewhere and she wouldn't answer my phone, and she's always making all these comments about how jealous I am, and as if I'm the one who's in the wrong.
I mean, when's the last time that you guys have fooled around in the bedroom?
It's been at least, I would say,
More
9 months.
Oh, wow.
All right, a lot was said there. One, I want to say before we get into, like I always say, setting up your partner is the most stupid. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid because you're not only you're setting a trap, and I feel like these guys are a little different from the other videos with the weirdo combo with the glasses because oh excuse me, because they don't actually go in depth. These motherfuckers, they let it go far. They let the shit go far, and they're a little more raw and uncut. And plus they got Chris Hansen, so it seems like on another level. And I seen these videos a while ago, so this is on another level. But still, don't allow yourself to ever put your significant other in this situation. Once again, so let's get that out of the way. 2, he said that she complained about jealousy. I say all the time, the person who cares the least has the most power in a relationship. Once again, obviously, they're not the most religious couple, right? Yeah, she wears hijab, yeah, they're Muslim, but whatever. Obviously, they're not abiding by religion if she's obviously conducting herself in that manner. She's still playing by, modern day rules. If you live in an egalitarian society, this is how usually the women act. Unless they have an exceptional level of religiosity where they're abiding by Quran and Sunnah, or they're just, in general, just religion. Doesn't matter what your religious religion is, you're going to be abiding by certain religion. When you're married, you're going to keep that sacred, and that's it. He says she gets jealous. I say, guys, all the time, do not show jealousy. Even when they throw it in your face, don't show jealousy. Oh, what do you do? You say, oh, a guy was trying to talk. Okay, cool. If she's Muslim, I'm, oh, cool. That's, I mean, I can have a second wife. I don't know. You want to try to go for a second husband? I mean, that's not exactly Quran and Sunnah, but I mean, hey, go for it. She's like, oh my God, you don't care? No, I do. But why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me this, right? And because you react in a certain way and you're not showing jealousy, it's going to make them want you more because it seems as if you don't care. But obviously you have to have a balance. But women, if they don't try to test you with it and you overtly just always showing jealousy, and he's not wrong, but he's got the game all fucked up, right? The society is different now. And like I said, if she's not abiding by religious laws, you got to have fucking game. It doesn't matter if she wears hijab. Doesn't matter. She can go to every fucking Juma available when she can go. She can pray all her prayers. Maybe not she's praying all her prayers, but you get the point. She can be religious or appear to be religious, but if her mentality is that way and you're showing jealousy, so I tell guys, don't show jealousy. Don't let them ever see it, because in a lot of times women do it purposely. They will still test you. They will see, oh, that made him jealous. Oh, okay, I know how to press his buttons now. Now I'm going to do this to piss him off. I'm going to do that to piss him off. Next thing you know, now she's purposely trying to push your buttons. But if you don't give them any buttons to press, you hopefully, there's a lot of things that I'm sure that contribute to this relationship. But this is it. He said they didn't have sex in 9 months. 15 years, she's probably already been cheating. Or she's probably cheated already. Chances are.
I'm just trying to prove it, get proof so I can show it to her and get her out the door.
If I was looking for a personal trainer, it'd be in there, not in the streets.
Another thing is, they got a professional pickup artist. So chances are, this guy has a certain level of game. He's not your average rookie. Unlike the other show, they just go with the most maximum thing that, it'd be hard to turn out a rich person. A rich person with money. And then they don't even fully be really cheating. This might be a little different. She might actually cheat. And it's a little embarrassing because, like I'm Muslim, obviously, like I say, obviously doesn't mean anything if she's putting herself in a situation, but it's embarrassing. She wears hijab. My mom and my sister wears hijab. Like, that shit is crazy. But it sucks if you put your person in this situation and with a professional. He knows what he's doing, supposedly. It's not like on these other shows, they just put some random person, they just easily set him up. They put fucking pickup artists here. This motherfucker has game, legit game. Some probably shit he's been doing for years and he studies.
Fair enough. The way I work is I like to give a free consultation. I want you to kind of fill out my type of style so you can become more comfortable with it before you start talking about money. So you don't have to worry about any of that right now. That's what I'm saying.
Give me what you think I could use.
Yeah, it's to go over, diet, what kind of body parts you want to work on. Speaking of that, what do you want to work on?
It's funny you ask it, because guys usually like a woman to look a certain way, so, nice firm abs and some
type. Oh, I could definitely get you a type. I mean, and I meant that in the most.
Did she just say tight pussy? Oh my God. She just said tight pussy. Or a tight ass. I don't know what she said, but obviously it was inappropriate. Another thing is, like, I know when people get married and you get married to the religious girl and you think that, like, you can't spice up your relationship and your thing in the bedroom. Obviously, that's between you and your husband, or you and your wife and the Creator. But don't be afraid to spice things up. Listen, as long as you ain't putting no dildos up the rectum or nothing like that. Listen, free game. I mean, there's actually a sunnah to actually properly have sex. But listen, hey, to each his own. But don't be, because clearly this woman is. She is like in heat. She's in heat. You see how mad her husband just got?
Disrespectful way. I mean, are you married, by the way?
No, I'm single.
Oh,
all right.
Wow.
So, you don't have to worry about paying me for right now. I mean, we can work something out. I'm sure.
I can watch this.
Are you sure, man?
He's shocked by what he sees. His conservative Muslim wife acting like a naughty schoolgirl.
That's almost the end right there.
She said I'm single.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't trust myself anymore with this woman.
Well, I think about it.
And it doesn't take long for to get giddy with our trainer.
Okay, well, let me give you my number.
She's open to his advances.
Okay. Or I can give you mine and probably be easier.
And gets provocative.
All right, what's your number?
86.
You can almost see her husband's heart being ripped out. Soraya agrees to hang out and gives our decoy her number.
Also going to mention that diet and nutrition is really important when it comes to working out. Like, I wanted to know if you possibly wanted to check out this dope new organic spot that just opened, and I would definitely love to feed you. Of course.
Okay.
And as if that's not enough, she agrees to grab drinks with our decoy, something many Muslims frown upon.
So, I call you and we set something up.
No, don't call. You can actually get me on Snapchat.
Oh, what's your Snapchat?
Like I said, I can't miss. I don't fucking miss. She just agreed to get drinks. Muslims frown upon. No, that's not frowned upon. You can say maybe smoking weed is frowned upon. There's the debates over whether it's makruh or not. Drinking is haram. That is not permissible. I've never gotten drunk a day in my life. One time ever I've ever tried alcohol. I was 15. I was in my friend's basement. Never again. I've never been drunk ever in my life. If you don't, in Islam, if you drink, your prayers are not accepted for 40 days and 40 nights. Authentic hadith, right? You can go ask your imam, ask anybody. There's no lies there. Like I said, she is not religious. She has the hijab on. It may be a force of fucking habit. It may be a front. Like I said, she's no longer abiding by her religion. She's going to drink alcohol. Clearly, she's not a religious woman. I called it before I even fucking watched the video. I can't mess with this shit. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So when she's no longer abiding by religion, she clearly doesn't fucking pray. As Muslims, you're supposed to pray 5 times a day, right? She's clearly not fucking praying. Or even if she is, Allahu Alam, they're invalid, right? God knows best, but most likely they're invalid. But more than likely they're not praying. He's probably not praying either, because the man usually leads the relationship, right? Most likely they're not a religious couple to begin with. She's agreeing to get drinks. So like I said before, if they're not abiding by their religion and you live in an egalitarian society, right? You live in America, UK, Australia, anywhere in Europe, all those countries that don't have strict religious law, the sky's the fucking limit. The sky's the limit. And that's the way it usually is, and that's the way it usually is going to go. I can't miss.
Muslim Hadi 69.
Wait, tell me what? Muslim Hadi 60. Wait, really? Seriously? I will be hitting you up later, Muslim Hadi 69.
That's right.
All right. All right, talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, he wants to fucking
Husband
cry.
is furious. He looks like he wants to cry.
All you really need is a starting point.
Bruh, I'm telling y'all. Another thing is, Muslim girls that grow up in America, usually, if you grow up in America, usually not all that, you're still American. It doesn't matter if you're Muslim, you wear hijab, These girls are still American. They probably still watch porn. They're probably still freaks on the low. They're probably still not virgins when they get married. You can't underestimate that. You don't know. I know plenty of Muslim girls stuck for the law, but they're not angels. Maybe they all might not wear hijab. Yeah, it may be perceived that a girl that wears hijab or niqab, she might be a little more religious. She might be deemed to be a little more religious, because especially with that perception, you may think twice before trying to approach her. You gotta understand, at the end of the day, they're still American. Whether from the UK, America, it is what it is.
Come like crossing the line for you.
The moment you stop to talk to that man.
So what would you like to see her do if a guy does stop and try to talk to her?
What would you do if a random homeless man stop and try to talk to you?
I don't think the guy was homeless.
Even if he was or not, he's a stranger, right? What would you do if a person stopped and talked to you? You keep moving. This is New York City. We come here to work.
I'm from California. I kind of do like talking to strangers.
She's got a Snapchat.
We double checked actually that Snapchat's not even a real Snapchat. She was just joking about that.
Why would she joke with a strange man on the street, giving her his number and wanting a tight?
Yeah.
I'll give her a tight. Panchot.
Is that Spanish?
He's fucking either Pakistani or Bengali. That motherfucker's upset. So they're definitely a Pakistani couple. Clearly. You could clear Panchot. Some other things he says while we play the video. Yo, it's crazy.
Some of the things he says we can't play in this video, and we think a lot of it is illegal in this country.
You probably shouldn't say that. Sam, can you edit that part out?
Can't promise I can't use my. I don't care what happens to me. I don't care what you film. You can film what you want, all right? Doesn't have the time to talk to me, but she has all the time in the world to tell this man that she wants a type and has a Snapchat.
What her husband hasn't seen.
I understand this. And you gotta understand, this motherfucker's he's either Pakistani, or he's from India, or he's either Bengali. One of the three. He has to be something of that sort, right? So, you gotta understand. He's probably, I don't know if he's from America. It doesn't sound like it either. And even if he is, he's probably first generation. His parents definitely not from America. And this whole idea of having game and understanding relationship dynamics is like literally speaking another language to him. I understand it. So it's just some Africans, a lot of people. Listen, and they come from another country. Their parents come from another country. All they know is arranged marriage, get married, that's it. And you blasphemy. He probably said he'll kill that bitch. He probably said something along those lines. Because if they were back in their fucking country, you already know what time it is. And don't think that like, oh, Islam is a barbaric religion. No, it's these same standards and laws are in the Bible too. I have a Bible. I'm Muslim, but I have a Bible also. I read it. Look, I have it. It's marked up too. It's marked. Stoning to death is a consequence for cheating in a marriage, according to the Bible, and it has very similar things according to Quran and Sunnah. Well, obviously under Sharia law, under Muslim law, but we're not in Muslim law, so he's ready to sacrifice it all. This shit is crazy.
Yet is his wife's text messages with our decoy.
Most of the conversations has been pretty harmless. It's been about working out and that nature.
Show me those texts.
You're very upset right now at this moment, which we completely understand. So we just want to act as mediators more than anything, so you guys can communicate what really is the problem. We don't want to see you guys get divorced or send her back to India,
She sent photos of herself in a bikini in the bathtub. Photos that no married person in a committed relationship should be sending. Most of her texts focus.
So he said send her back to India. She's probably from India. I told you guys.
On our decoy's body. Your arms are so big. Are they even real? I need help on getting my glutes bigger. Can I see your calf muscles and glutes? That's so hot. Can I see your abs? What's more disturbing, Soraya wants to set up a photo shoot with our trainer. Can I take photos with you? The decoy responds, yeah, what kind? Food, she says, LOL, joking, fitness model pics.
That's cheating in my book. Her husband has no idea what she's saying or planning on doing behind his back. you're left to believe that she's done this before.
After hours and days of this constant texting, it's time to reel in.
He's right. She's definitely done this before. I would say she definitely done this before. You can't accuse her of it. We still gotta be fair. You can't accuse her of it because we don't know. But listen, shit is going on and shit is happening.
This fish.
But we actually invited her to come here. She thinks she's coming right now here to meet up with a personal trainer for like a gym session. I asked her if she'd like to come over and get a late night workout. She said she really does want to work out today. That's what we have going on right now.
Luis texts her posing as the decoy and tells her that he's free in the late afternoon and can give her some private training at his apartment in Manhattan.
She told me she was going to the gym.
Yeah, well, she probably told you she's going to go work out, that's for sure.
Tells her husband she's taking a class at the gym.
I know what she told me.
Yeah.
This is not a gym. Let her get here.
Okay, you can't use your right hand, though, that you were talking about.
I'll try.
She drives more than 30 miles from Connecticut to Manhattan. And she's invited into the apartment.
How are you?
Boom, bam, get it, bust it.
Shit is crazy. I see the difference between this show and the other one is that they really set it up. They let it go far. She's sending pictures. Shit is no joke.
If you look up the definition of a cheater, you'll probably see photo.
How are you doing, my big black Tarzan? And I can't wait for you to stretch me out.
Left that seductive message for a decoy, somebody who is not her husband. And the text she sends him may shock you.
Big black Tarzan. Yeah, she stuck for the love, but she was that man dingo. And the crazy part is she probably done had it before. Stuck for the love. Oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. Like, I feel like I'm crossing bound. I feel wrong even talking about this, but something wrong. All I can say is this has probably been done before.
Do you think you could take a picture of your abs for me? Are you going to take a picture for me after you shower? Why is so focused on getting pictures of a man who is not her husband? She's 33, mature enough to know what is right and wrong in a relationship. But she's texting like a boy-crazy high schooler. I can't wait to work out with you. Thinks she's coming to work out with our decoy. But what this potential cheater doesn't know is she's about to get confronted by me instead. After an hour drive, arrives at the Sting Airbnb.
So, I think she's coming up.
She comes lurking up to the door in gym clothing her husband confirms she was not wearing when she left the house.
Pretty good. How are you?
It's all going as planned.
And I'm going to tell you right now, aside from the messages and the problem with setting people up like this, unless you actually let it happen, unless you actually let it go down, unless you actually let this man have sex with his wife, technically she didn't cheat, right? Well, that all goes to how you define cheating, right? Being caught hard in the act is definitely cheating. Some people say once the thought is there, the deed is done. The way she's flirting, I think most of the Muslim community would consider this cheating and blasphemy, right? And it's wild. But one thing she can say is, I just came to work out. I doubt that she's going to try to run that. You're alone with a man in his apartment. Her husband already said that she was going to the gym. It's all bad, man.
Plan. Our personal trainer lets in.
Put yourself at home. Here, sit right here. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's.
Yeah, sure. I'll like some others. Can I have some here?
But it doesn't take long for to remove her sweater and be all up on our decoy.
You weren't playing, you were hot, huh? Yeah, I'll let you get it together then. The water's not going anywhere. What's that in there? Let me see.
Don't worry about it.
What you got in there?
Just something.
Not gonna show me?
No.
I don't even get a hug, man.
Okay.
I'm happy you came.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
So you ready to work out?
Yes, I am. Looking forward to it.
What kind of workout you want to do?
The glutes. Some abs.
Just your glutes and your abs?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You want to go out and get some drinks first, or you just want to get to the workout?
You could start with some drinks.
Well, we can start here before we go out to the bar. I got some in my room.
Okay.
Before our decoy and get any cozier,
stay right there. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
have our decoy step out, and I step in.
It's crazy. She went all the way through.
Hey, how are you?
Who are you?
I'll get to that in a minute. We just had some questions about what you were doing here today in terms of your intention with the personal trainer.
My intention?
Yeah.
What are you insinuating?
We were insinuating that maybe you were stepping out on your husband and he was concerned about your activity and the way you conducted yourself with the personal trainer. You told him your online Snapchat name was Muslim Hottie 69. He was concerned that maybe you had interest in other men.
Well, you don't know anything about me. And my husband would not do something like that.
Oh.
He was concerned and contacted a program called Cheaters to put you to the test.
Cheaters?
Yes.
I'm cheating on my husband?
I didn't say you were, but he was concerned about that.
And see, look, she thinks she knows her husband so well. She's been with him for 15 years. She doesn't think that her husband would do something like that. She was very confident. My husband wouldn't do anything like that. My husband wouldn't do something like that. So she's super confident that that would never happen. So confident that she really thinks her husband's a fucking bozo. She thinks clearly she's probably running shit. He's saying she's super jealous. It all makes sense. I speak to guys on the daily and it's the same shit. It's always the same shit from relationships to marriage. It does not change. And you can see a direct correlation with somebody who's Muslim, even if she wears hijab. The only thing is that because she's wearing hijab, it looks worse. She's perceived as a righteous woman. And I think there's a lot more higher of a standard put on her. So it just looks a lot worse. But when it comes down to it, you still need to understand these relationship dynamics.
This is just a workout session.
What did I say? Didn't I say she was going to say this is just a workout session? Didn't I say it? And that's the problem with these shows. It's so stupid, but unless you're actually going to sit there and let her cheat and let him go through with it, they're going to say this is just a workout. And if the person is gullible enough and they love him enough, they want him to stay, they're going to go for it. I'm going to go for it.
Do you know what it's like to be 24 hours a day?
I do not.
Locked up in a home. Serve my husband when he works 16 hours a day. He comes home, I get food ready. After he eats, I get ready to clean up. He goes upstairs. By the time I'm done and I get upstairs in the room, he's already asleep. Don't you think a woman needs some attention and some affection? What's wrong with that?
I'm not here to judge you.
But you are. You are judging me.
I'm not.
Well, she said it. It's all laid out. It's all laid out. I wasn't expecting that. It could be a contributing reason, right? It could be a contributing reason. But he also said they didn't have sex in 9 months. She could just be saying that for the camera. She could just be saying that to Chris Hansen, right? Because what he said was, he said that, oh, she's always saying that you're jealous. She's always saying this and that and the third. And it sounds like, and he said that one night she went out and didn't answer her phone. So this may be a good ploy for us to get jealous and say, because women are very manipulative. And I'm a bullshit detector. I've been in enough relationships. I've seen this shit enough. So I feel like what she's doing right now is trying to have some sympathy on her side, because a lot of Muslim women, especially from other countries, they do stay home. They are stay-home wives. They serve their husband, and that shit is fire, right? And I mean, if I had a wife, I wouldn't want her just to necessarily stay home all day, right? She wouldn't have to work, but she got to do something. At least run a business. Help me run one of my businesses, because idle time leads to a lot of bullshit. You have a lot of idle time. But I feel like what she's doing right now, she's trying to find guilt. She's trying to guilt him. She's trying to make somebody feel sorry for her. But at the end of the day, she still did a lot of shit that she knows she wasn't supposed to do, especially as a Muslim woman. I promise you, if they was in her country, she wouldn't be doing this shit. I promise you. Not to say people don't cheat over there, but it's not like this. America's different. You got a lot of freedoms. This man's working for 16 hours a day. Like she said, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to do a lot of things. But I feel like what she's doing right now is trying to guilt, because what he's saying didn't add up. And they also said that she didn't have sex. He didn't have sex with her in 9 months. Maybe sometimes he does go upstairs. He's sleep. He's tired. He worked long shifts. But he's human. He gonna want some pussy. He gonna want some. And when he said it, he made it seem as if she doesn't want to have sex. And she pulled that one stunt. She slipped up, and she feels as if she knows him so well that he wouldn't do something. My husband wouldn't do something like this. But the motherfucker reached out. Now, the only problem is he put this out there in the public. I would never want to do something like that. But let's continue.
I'm not judging you one bit.
It does not feel right. I feel like I'm being disrespected.
You're free to leave. I mean, I don't want to embarrass you or anything else.
I think I'm embarrassed enough, and not only by you, by my husband not having that trust in me. You know, if he was doing his job at home, I wouldn't be going to the gym. I would be at home, getting what I need from him. But this is an outlet for me. Going to the gym, working out is an outlet for me.
Bullshit. It's bullshit. It's no excuse. Still no excuse to do what you're doing. You're married. You're a Muslim woman. Like I said, the standards are higher. You're supposed to be, you got hijab on. When people see you, they think of Islam. You're supposed to be someone that they look to for righteousness. Don't be fooled by the perception. Don't be fooled all the time. Don't be fooled. If he was doing what he was supposed to do at home, and that is a point. It is a point, but we don't know 100%. But what she's doing, she's trying to look for sympathy, and it's still bullshit. You can't fall for the manipulation. I don't give a fuck. And she knows more than anybody. Like I said, the standards are a little higher for her. But once you live in America, I'm telling you, any egalitarian society, the standards are different. If she's not a religious person, they're not abiding by religion, she agreeing to drink and alcohol and all that shit, you know you done fucked up, right? She done fucked up. There's no way out of it. She done fucked up.
I understand your situation.
And just being friends with someone, I understand in the culture it's a violation, but I have not slept with this person. Maybe there's some flirtatiousness, but nothing else.
Was your intention to actually have a relationship with the trainer?
Of course you're going to say no.
No, I don't think so.
But maybe.
But maybe.
This is a complicated situation, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm so humiliated by this whole situation.
Okay. But why don't you should maybe go then. Just thank you for your time. I want to be culturally sensitive to the whole thing.
Okay.
So, okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
She's American. This is her culture. She's been here long enough. They say he wants to be culturally sensitive. Yeah, she's from Pakistan probably, or India, or Bangladesh. She's still American. She's still American at the end of the day. She's here in America. I'm pretty sure she has citizenship. Her husband works 16 hours a day. They're American. She knows what she was doing. If you talking about Snapchat, you have a Snap. Even if the Snapchat don't exist, you know what it is. She didn't say give me. She didn't say take my number. Well, she did get his number because they was texting. The texts were very inappropriate. She asking for pictures. Come on, we not stupid. Stop trying to run game. Yeah, she's embarrassed because she got caught. But at the end of the day, you can't say she cheated because technically, I mean, well, unless you consider that cheating, which some people would. Some people would. But she gonna try to justify it. But she got caught, and that's the problem.
This is a more complicated situation than we anticipated going in with cultural sensitivities. Well, she was clearly embarrassed. She said to me that, you know, she had a difficult home life and she wasn't getting the affection and attention that she needed at home. She explained that being 24 hours a day was not easy. She served her husband, she took care of the house, and he worked 16 hours a day and went to sleep. I suggested that he had contacted the show to check her activities. She said, well, I'm offended by that, but at the same time, what do you expect out of a woman who gets no affection, no one-on-one time or anything else? My outlet is working out and going to the gym. This man approached me, offered a workout program. I said, was your intent to have a relationship, have more with him? She says, I didn't plan on that, but she seemed at least to have left the door open. Now, she's in a tough situation because she's going to walk back into that household
And get her ass
and that husband is not going to be happy. And she's locked into a cultural world that you and I and Sam don't fully understand. So this is going to take a little bit of sensitivity and nuance when you guys would deal with this. Because, you know, we're not really here to pass judgment. This isn't the black and white line that we had with the young man who wanted to cheat with his girlfriend's mother. That's clearly bad. We have now stepped into this world that only understands. And so, you know, it's a complicated situation.
And I agree. It is complicated for them, but it's not complicated for me because I'm Muslim. I've been Muslim all my life. I'm not a convert, not a revert, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I've been practicing Islam all my life. My name is Khalid Hashim Billings. Khalid, however you want to say it. That'd be my last name, isn't a Muslim name. But I get it. And yeah, your wife has obligations on you. The only thing that she said, I still feel like it's wrong. She's still looking for sympathy. Is, oh, you know, I stay home all day. I don't get any attention. What do you expect me to get attention? Ain't nobody else gonna be trying to hear that shit. But it is a valid reason. But her husband indicated other things, that she may have done this before. She disappeared on him before. He hasn't had sex with her in almost a year. 9 months? Get the fuck out of here. 9 months? 9 months. That bitch would have been, we would have been filing for divorce by the second month. Not me. But I got way too much game for that. That probably never happened. Never happened. I don't give a fuck who it is. It'll never happen. But he's right. For him, the cultural difference, it may be a little sensitive. But I see through all the bullshit. And it does feel a little embarrassing. And I feel like some way, somehow, I'm violating some type of code as a Muslim by talking about it like this, and stuck for the law if I am. But very interesting episode.
That you guys are gonna have to really tread sensitively as you continue this. That's my opinion on it.
No, I totally get it. I was thinking the same thing inside, like, just, we're not here to pass.
This is a different level. This is a whole different thing than what we saw with the fellow.
Okay.
Now she's got a problem on her hands.
Big problem. She might not be alive.
And I think you need to be very careful on what you say to him in terms of what she would or would not have done here.
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to get you to shade the truth or anything else. It is what it is. But again, we're not talking about a felony here.
Yeah.
In the series, it's a felony, it's a crime against the children. This is an unhappy situation. So it requires sensitivity on that level, and it requires...
Chris Hansen know like I know. That bitch may die. She may die because her husband, we all know the shit that he was saying. Banchot, he's ready to kill that bitch. He might send her back to India. Bruh. And the fact that this shit is on camera, oh my God. I get what he's saying. It might result in her life. Ultimately.
There's some cultural sensitivity too.
Absolutely.
Because what you don't want is to have her harmed in any way.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that that's condoned by this culture, but we don't know what the dynamic is of that relationship. And what we do know is that you had a woman who was married who said she wasn't married, who showed up at a place for a personal training session.
Hello, true. She said she wasn't married. Saying her first rodeo, at least if you ask me, but I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She is Muslim, right? But he's right. She said she wasn't married. I don't wanna get too personal, but a lot of times I have girls in my DMs that have boyfriends, right? And I haven't done any of that this year. I haven't clipped any, at least not to my knowledge. I haven't clipped any girls that have boyfriends. Maybe one. But it doesn't matter whether they lie. It does matter, but especially in this case, but it's all bad, and girls do it a lot. But it comes down to relationship dynamics. And the one girl that currently wants to hook up with me, and she has a boyfriend, she told me she lives with him and she sees him every day, and she said that she just needs space, and it gets hard and difficult when you see that person every day. And I tell guys all the time, in relationships, you need healthy space. If you live with her, you need time apart. You need healthy space. You need time for that person to miss you. You got to switch routines. Think about it. You talk to the person all day, every day. Then you go home and see the person every day. Yes, you need space. You need healthy space. And then, there's other dynamics and circumstances to each relationship. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. But you got to understand relationship dynamics, guys. You got to understand this shit, because eventually we want to get married. Eventually, when you want to grow old with someone, you want to have somebody. Nobody wants to die alone. But you have to understand how to make a relationship last. They've been together 15 years. That's a long time.
That wasn't so, is the price she pays by publicizing this worth the value? So when you guys meet with the husband, you should think about how that goes, and you should be careful about making any accusations against her. Will now have to answer to her husband, knowing that he's seen everything.
It's too late now. Oh shit, it's about to go down. It is about to go down. Oh, no. Hold on. Let's take it back.
He's seen everything.
I am sorry. I am so sorry. I've been trying to talk to you.
You're sorry? You've been lying to me. Lying to me for a year and a half now. Who the do you think you are? I brought you here. I gave you this life. What? What did you try to talk to me?
You go to work.
I don't want to hear a word of your mouth. Just walk away.
We followed up with Adil and later that day.
Bruh. Arranged marriage. We already know what time it is. Arranged marriage. He brought her from India or Pakistan. She said, I'm sorry. He ain't even trying to hear it. She probably on the first plane flight back.
Luis and Sam sat down with them and offered them marriage counseling.
We just don't want you to make such a harsh decision without knowing all the facts around it first. So
he's drinking vodka. Hello? What did I say? I said he's probably not religious. I can't miss. I'm the best when it comes to this shit. Relationship dynamics. I'm telling you. I just said it. She drinks, he drinks. They're clearly not a religious couple because they're not praying. If you come to that, you're clearly not praying. If you're not abiding by religious laws, you're going to abide by the laws that they live in America. The hypergamy, it doesn't make a difference. She came to America and adapted. So has he. Even if he was here, he brought her here like he said. He ain't trying to hear it. Women follow the lead of their man. Men should usually lead. And if you don't lead, you a sucker. And she probably going to leave you anyway. Or she's probably... you having a woman run a relationship, that don't work. We know that don't work. I ain't trying to hear. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But when you lead in your relationship, she's gonna follow your lead. If you're a religious man, if you're not a righteous man, she's gonna follow your lead. He's drinking vodka. Come on, I called it. You're not abiding by religious laws. You're gonna be abided by something else. Plain and simple. I called it at the beginning of the fucking video.
we'll just suggest it based on everything I've seen.
They have both agreed to start taking therapy, and you'll be happy to know that they have recently started being intimate again.
It's just our suggestion and that we try it out. One last thing.
This test has apparently helped the couple rekindle their marriage, and we were happy to be there to help. Sometimes couples just need a bit of shock therapy to help them start communicating better.
Which is
It's Muslim Hadi 69.
Wait, tell me what? Muslim Hadi 60. Wait, really? Seriously?
Muslim Hadi 69.
Muslim Hadi 69. I will be hitting you up later. Muslim Hadi 69.
That's right.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right.
Muslim Hadi 69. Now she's married though, right?
Yeah.
But she says she's not married.
No.
To the personal trainer.
No, she did say that.
Wow.
So...
Should be interesting. And then she sends the pictures and the suggested...
You've already got them?
Text, yeah.
Yeah? So what do you think? She's gonna be a cheater?
Well...
She's already practically cheated. I think we tried to see her Snapchat, but I think she was just kidding about that. It didn't even work. So I think it...
So you made that up?
I think she just made it up, yeah. I think
That's not a real Snapchat.
I think she was just kidding with him.
So is she expecting to see that trainer?
Yeah.
So he's texting her as we talk.
Right.
A lot of couples blame us that we're the cause of them breaking up in their relationship, but they're the ones that are doing the cheating. We're not making you go do that. I didn't make you spread your legs. I didn't make you go to that girl's house. Like in this specific situation, I didn't make her come to Osai's house. I mean, she chose to do that on her own. She chose to not tell her husband. She chose to come this late at night. I mean, that hug they're having, obviously, she had other intentions. But I'm not here to judge, you know what I'm saying? This is just my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion. What she's doing and why she's doing it, it's not for me to say what's right or wrong. That's completely up to her. It's their relationship. So bottom line is, throughout our entire lives, we're all going to be tempted with opportunity to do things that maybe we know we shouldn't, whether it's finances, lying, cheating. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I'm just providing the opportunity. It's up to them to act upon it or not. If you could be a fly...
Guys, at the end of the day, the problem starts in the relationship. People don't understand how to be in a relationship. Women don't understand. They might understand a little better than men, but they don't understand their nature. You tell a woman about how Perkins nature this and that, oh, fuck out of here, they ain't trying to hear it. And then you got guys who, okay, yeah, I'm Muslim, that doesn't apply to me. All right, cool. You don't think it does? Okay, cool. You're gonna learn the hard way. And sometimes it may not, but that depends on how you live in your life. Relationship dynamics, I'm telling you, if you live in an egalitarian society, any free world, any place like America, similar to it, you have to understand relationship dynamics. You do. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The sphere of influence that America has had on every single person in this country and in other countries, there might be little cultural differences, but if you live here, you will be subjugated to the temptation that this shit has to offer. You are getting bombarded from every fucking corner. Every corner. And that shit, and it's probably not our first rodeo. But you want to give it the benefit of the doubt, you know, mate. Let's say it is. Let's say it is. But like I said, you see the root of the problem. And the man has to take lead, especially you being Muslim. He may not be the most religious, but you gotta take lead. He may not be the most religious, but listen. At the end of the day, he takes the lead in his relationship. She's drinking, he's drinking. That shit is normal for them. That's something that they were already doing. And at the end of the day, you can't blame them because honestly, you put her up to it. So maybe you may have suspicions. Maybe have been doing it first. But if you didn't catch her in the act, because I think under Islamic law, if you accuse somebody of cheating, there has to be like 3 witnesses. I think you have to have like 2 or 3 witnesses. You have to have a witness say that they caught them or something like that. I'm not 100% on it, but it's something like that. So you can't accuse her if you didn't catch her in the act, but if you put her in this situation, and hopefully that helped them out. But if you put her in this situation, then like, hello, you're subjugating the person. And then even furthermore, it comes down to how you operate in your relationship. I see people making a lot of mistakes a lot of the times, and they don't even realize it. It all starts somewhere. And I feel like as a man, you just have to take responsibility for your relationship. You are a man. Women don't take accountability for nothing. You have to take responsibility for your relationship. And I hope this is a lesson, because I know I have a lot of Muslim followers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter. Now you know that this shit is serious. This shit is serious, and it crosses all walks of life. So don't think because she got hijab on, or she's a good girl, she's Bengali, she's Pakistani, she may be Arab, whatever the fuck ever. Unless she has that level of faith, that man, and she has that level of faith, unless she don't have that, then what are we really talking about? It means jack shit. I'm telling you. You have to understand relationship dynamics. You have to run your relationship, and you have to take responsibility for this shit. As a man, understand relationship dynamics. You talk Bible, Quran, any of the Abrahamic religions, the most practiced religions on the face of the earth. It says a man is supposed to run his relationship. A woman should submit to her husband. So what does that tell you? You're supposed to be leading things. If you drinking and smoking and all this shit, and you know you're supposed to be or have a level of religiosity, what the fuck you think she's gonna do? She's gonna follow your lead. If you understand relationship dynamics, if you prepare for marriage and you know what you should be doing, then yeah, okay. Then maybe your relationship might be a little more successful. And then you couple that with a level of religiosity, then yeah, your relationship might be more successful. I called out every problem before they even spoke on it. To the fucking T. I called out every problem before they even spoke on it to a T. And I was right about every fucking thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she wears hijab. The point is she was cheating. And I broke that shit down before they even fucking said it. I'm the best at this shit. Anyway. Anyway, guys. If you want to book a private consultation and talk about your issues, text 516-500-7906. Text my assistant. That is not me. That is not my number. If you want to set up a private consultation and talk, you can do that, or you can email me. I will be having another person wants to intern for me. If you are a foreigner and you can't text that number, there is an Instagram page that I will start putting out there for you guys to message. There will be a recipient on the other line, so you can talk to that person if you want to set up a private consultation, or if you want to purchase your fisherman glasses. The website will be going up soon, so you guys can get on there and subscribe to Patreon, subscribe to the podcast. The podcast is free. I will be doing $1,000 tier. Now that sounds like a lot, but with the $1,000 tier, one-time buy-off, you can get my number forever. You can contact me whenever you need problems. Don't just call my number all willy-nilly. Text me first. Ask for a call. But if you pay that price, you'll have my number forever. That's my price, you know. And I feel like that's what I'm worth. That's what I'm valued. Some people may buy it. Some people may not. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to end this video off. I've been trying to stay consistent and try to do this every day. I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be breaking down more evaluations of the cheater videos. If you guys want to send me videos to react to, DM it to me on Instagram. Or you can email it to me, and if I look at the video and I think it's a good video, then we'll break it down. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Make sure you hit a like and subscribe, and join the team.